earlier on in our third day when it comes to this group stage. And they are one win away from locking up the group of death and guaranteeing the top two teams that qualify to the knockout stage.
Now, Selangor Red Giants did play the first match for today, so they're very well rested. I was talking to the players during their lunch at the Players Lounge. They're pretty chill right now, and they're doing just fine. And they got to see how See You Soon defeated their opponent right now, and they may very well do just that.
I mean, we'll have to see, because I want to see how fast the Sky Kings can bounce back after the performance that we've seen over the past couple of games, especially with their backs against the wall. What can they do? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Abs on stage one more time. It is Fnatic Onic.
A lot is at stake in this match. Will we see tiebreakers? Will Selangor Red Giants continue to reign? Who will dominate in this match?
Well, to answer all these questions, we're going to head on over to the studio and see exactly what's going to happen with our possible last series of the day. Boys, take it away.
Thank you very much. And again, we're here with Rippo, so I'm immediately going to ask him, Rippo, do you think Selangor Red Giants can win 2-0 against Fnatic Onic?
You did hurt SRG, undefeated team, so I would say 2-0, easy win.
It's not just 2-0, it's easy win. What do you think about that, Wolf?
I think that they have proven that they are worth it. I think that they only need one game right now so that we escape the decider. Initially, I always thought that this will be a 1-1, right? That was my initial thought. So I'm going to stick with that one. It's a 1-1 between these two teams.
I'm going to have to agree. I think a 1-1 is very possible for SRG, just trying to be realistic. But at the same time, there is the possibility that maybe Fnatic Onic aren't just playing well today. I mean, the fact that they went 0-2 against See You Soon, okay, maybe See You Soon was playing well. But if they do that performance again against SRG, it could be, as Rippo said, an easy 2-0.
Rippo, I have to ask you, how do you think that Fnatic Onic lost to See You Soon? Like, how did that happen?
Maybe because they don't have any coach, that's why they will debuff. Because yeah, See You Soon after no coach will be like OP. So right, that's the reason I think.
That's the reason. It's funny, the panelists said the same thing. Caster said the same thing, and now Rippo, our professional player, it was like, you know what? Sometimes no coach might be a bit OP. Speaking of OP, for Fnatic Onic as well as Selangor Red Giants, who do you think is the player to watch?
For Fnatic Onic, maybe will be Kyrie because his assassin is very good in right now, and also Red Giant, also Skies. Assassin also need to watch out.
So we're looking at the junglers here. Do you think that both of them should be using the Assassin, or we see Kyrie just now using the Baxia? Maybe Kyrie will use Tank jungle?
I think better just use the Assassin because like we always seeing people using the tank jungler, right? So I hope we'll see both teams will be using Assassin, so have interesting game to watch.
Man's here for the showmanship. Man's here to see a bloody game, and I respect that. I respect that a lot, but I do think that we gotta focus on the roamers, honestly. Like, we know both Kyrie and Sakai's are great, but Yums in comparison to Keyboy, I mean, there's a lot of arguments to be made here.
Yeah, I think even Yums himself is very excited to see Keyboy, right?
Yeah.
But maybe Rippo knows. Who do you think is better when it comes to, like, you know, those roamers?
Oh, who's the better?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe to be honest, for the performance, MPL to MPNC, maybe Red Giant, Yums.
Ooh, he thinks Yums is better. Now we're jumping into the draft. Selangor Red Giants going up against Fnatic Onic. Selangor Red Giants, first pick, blue side. Fnatic Onic is second pick, red side. Before the bans begin, Rippo, as a player, which side do you think has the advantage? The first pick or the second pick?
Have a pros and cons for the first pick and the second pick because like for the second pick is for the counter picks against the first pick. So for the first pick, maybe they can prioritize the first hero they want to pick first for their continuous draft. So for me, have an advantage here maybe for the first pick, I guess. Yeah.
I kind of agree. There are a lot of OP picks, as we've seen, and also the fact that you're required to ban Louis and Chip in the red side. It's like you have to ban it, so I wonder if that will be the case, though. Do you want to give the chip or the Luyi to SRG? Probably not, right?
I don't think so, right?
Okay, actually, let's ask Ripo. Ripo, would you give Selangor Giants chip or Luyi, or do you think it's better to ban away?
I think just better ban those both heroes because I already faced against Louis Chip at the same time. So I think it's a nightmare against them too.
For sure, for sure. But this time it's going to be Roger as the ban from Fnatic Onic. Obviously, can still ban the chip last. SRG are they might not even be forced to ban the chip anyway, so they just could ban out Valentina perhaps.
Just leave it all open, right?
Yeah.
I think at this point they've already gotten the big hitters here, and obviously with so much priority on getting rid of Ling, Roger, on top of the Fanny as well, like junglers are a very big part of these bans.
That's right. Okay.
So right now we're looking at Louis getting banned here. So we have to figure out, Selangor Giants, what is going to be their first pick? Because you have to assume the chip is going to get banned.
Yeah.
So what is going to be the first pick for Selangor Giants? I don't want to see any Angela because I don't think it's a Stormy hero.
Yeah.
I also don't think it's a Yume's hero.
Harith maybe?
Harith. I do have to ask, Ripo, in MSC, Harith has very bad win rate. Like, as a professional player, do you know why Harith is not like super strong right now?
Because of the user also. Yeah.
User. Yeah.
The pilot. Control the Harith.
Love it.
So depends on the pilot. If like have the person that can control the Harith better. So
Yeah. Sorry, we have a player code from Yumes. He said, Keyboy, let's have a good match so that we can task together.
Oh, love it.
Which is the TP or the recalls.
The recall sound, right? It was the...
That's exactly.
Oh! Chip open!
Wait, Chip's open?
Chip inbound!
Oh.
Chip inbound!
I think now is a good time to start talking about counters, right? we have to start thinking about large AoEs against this chip. I don't see SRG just letting it through.
Yeah. Top of my head, Faramis comes to mind. Arlet should have been a pick, but it was already banned by SRG.
Rippo, so if the enemy has a chip, how do you counter?
maybe for me to counter against chip using the team fight hero, the AoE area damage.
Okay.
So for me, maybe if like Chippy TP, then have the hero that can counter against the AoE. So it's good against chips.
So Terizla, maybe
Tigreal.
Tigreal, Minotaur.
Elric.
Elric. How about Faramis? You like Faramis against Chips?
Faramis against chips. Depends. It's really good, but depends of the goal winning. So
Yeah.
if like they losing, it's hard for them sustain against the chip.
Woo! So you have to secure Terizla now, right? If you're
Wait.
Fnatic.
Let me just say, while we're doing the draft, let me remind everyone watching, Selangor Giants needs one win.
Yeah.
If they win this one, the next one doesn't matter anymore. They just need one win.
That's right.
And then Selangor Giants and See You Soon will go to the knockout stage. So Fnatic Onic, this is a very risky,
Super risky.
very risky strategy.
They're dancing with death.
They really
honestly.
are. They really are. I'm surprised that, but you have to admit, he's got a lot of faith in his players, right?
Yeah.
As Rippo mentioned, Harith, it's not about the plane, it's the pilot.
Exactly.
Yes.
Woo! Okay, so you pick up maybe a Beatrix now or Moskov for SRG?
Maybe I think
Valen?
jungler and mid.
Jungler and mid. All right,
Yes.
so that is
What
Red
other
Druid?
assassins?
I mean, Haya's still available.
Maybe.
High is great.
Yeah.
What if he just waits, and then actually picks up something like a Julian or a Hellkurt?
Yeah, like that's why. Yeah, Moskov Valen. Yeah, got it.
Wow. Nice.
Woo! Really calling it on, really on the ball today. Wolf haven't missed
yeah.
a single one just yet.
Well, the secret is say everything, so that
Throw a wide net.
yeah, exactly. Throw a wide net.
Farsa getting picked up here. So Selangor Giants and Fnatic Onic, they're both not showing the junglers just yet. So I feel like Rippo understands this matchup. He said we got to look at Sakai's, we got to look at Kyrie. Both of them don't want to show the jungle just yet. So they don't know. Is it going to be Assassin? Is it going to be Fighter? Like, what if Kyrie uses Bane?
Wow.
All right, wow.
Against chips, maybe it's good because of the first skill.
Yeah. You're right. Wow, I love that it was Lafel that thought of the idea, but Repo was the one that defended it. Yeah. Like
This is the bro code.
the bro code.
I say anything, he backs me up. He say anything, I back him up.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. Okay, so the Joy, interesting, right? We haven't seen any Joy or any semblance of Joy.
The only one using Joy is Chibi from Homeboys.
And that was during the wildcards as well. But that's a completely different stage. I think at this point, like, from Fnatic Onic's position, they're thinking about their backline, right? Who can actually access their backline, because a lot of it seems to be moving forward.
That's right. Especially with the chip, right? The thing is, you pop your ultimate as a Joy, and then when you enter the portal, you're already like maxed up, and then there's really nothing that your enemies can do about you. So I like that. Oh, this is interesting, because we did say that a Tigra and Minotaur could be answers for Fnatic Onic. Okay, so they're banning assassins.
Huh.
Julian is still viable.
Julian's definitely viable. Maybe Fnatic Onic, they pick up the Julian.
Oh yeah,
right? So when people go in the portal, just do the knock-up, and it's like, okay, GG's.
But that is what I call the Harry Potter lineup again, with Harry, Farsa, and Julian. So, but yeah, I do understand why it happens. Has been done before. Even Liquid Echo is a team that
just build Harry Marksman. What's
right.
Demon Hunter Sword,
Of
Golden
course.
Staff, you know.
Yeah,
like Chang'e, like Chang'e, you know. just build Marksman.
Of course.
At this point, I'm thinking whether or not, like, I think SRG is almost guaranteed to go Yuzong in this particular case, just to make sure Feather Airstrike there's an answer to it. Because again, you can't pick a Grok when you already have the chip.
This is crazy, but again, Cram likes two heroes. He likes the export and he likes the CC.
Kufra is the answer. Okay, so pin them to the wall when they appear. Okay, so SRG, I think Yuzhong's great. Another option is the Esmeralda, although it's...
is it crazy to have the Baxia here for Skies?
Baxia,
Akai, something like that?
For me, maybe it's hard.
Maybe it's hard?
Yeah,
Okay,
because
hard.
have Terizla and also hard, they cannot target their backline, so it was a totally failure.
What Fanny, though? Even when there's Kufra?
Fanny banned already.
Oh yeah, Fanny's banned already.
Maybe...
When the professional player's like, yo, it's...
Maybe Julian, actually, for
Yeah,
SRG.
Julian, maybe. Or also tanky hero.
Ah,
Tanky jungler.
Fedrin, maybe?
Fedrin.
Ruby?
Hey, Ruby EXP, what's the jungler here? Skies, what's your hero? 4 seconds.
Alpha.
Alpha. We forgot about Alpha.
Yeah.
Okay, Ripple, what do you think about Selangor Giants draft right now?
For me, this Alpha is for me is new for SRG, but I trust on them because their lineup is really good. If Alpha against Terizla, Alpha against Kufra, it's really good. You have true damage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's a lot.
yeah, it's maybe will be good against those frontline heroes.
Yeah.
So their backline will be not safe. Have Moskov also.
How about Lancelot for Fnatic Onic?
Lancelot. Oh, it's hard because have Ruby.
Yeah,
maybe
I'm thinking more like Fredrin. I'm thinking more of like, you just need a person to stand there and be a wall.
But usually utility junglers struggle from Alpha, so I'm thinking,
Oh, yeah.
Lancelot.
Lancelot.
Well, Wolf,
I
you
mean-
called it. But
I mean-
Repo said it's hard. And I'm actually going to back up Repo here. I think the Lancelot is going to be difficult. So I don't know how to move forward.
There are 3 Malaysians here, so yeah.
Yeah, you're between 3 Malaysians. And with that, we're passing it over to our casters. It's do or die. Casters, it's your turn.
Thank you very much, panelists, and of course to our guest, Repo. It's me again, Naisu, alongside Mirko, here to bring you the action. And it could come down to this game number 1 here in this best of 2.
It's now or never.
Now or never.
It really is. For Fnatic Onic, 1 game win for SRG, and Fnatic Onic will not be able to defend their throne in the knockout stages.
Oof, it is intense. It's the ALJ match of the day, and it couldn't get any more tense as we head into the Land of Dawn, as this game 1 could already set the stage for the group of death, as SRG just needs that 1 win. We'll find out once again. Great pickups here. I love the lineups. I forgot about the Alpha as well, guys. Don't worry about it. But, you know, because of the fact of that, Kyrie picks up a Lancelot into the jungle. And paired up with this, I mean, paired up with Keyboy on this Kufra, should give him enough coverage and setup potential. See if this time, mid lane.
Great knockup onto Stormy. Deals some damage back, but Yums is able to get the crash course. But yeah, as we were talking about it, right? I mean, with the Harith, with the Farsa, they needed something physical.
What did Wolf call it? The Harry what? Harry Potter?
Harry Potter?
Harry Potter?
Is that the
combination,
Harry
man?
Farsa combination? Harry
A whole lot of
Farsa?
magic?
But yeah, I mean, with Kyrie on this pick, it is a signature pick. This was the Kyrie pick, you know, back in MSC 2023. It was the iconic one, as well as the Kufra for Keyboy. So they're trying to recapture, you know, what made them so special last year.
I think they'll be able to, as long as the early game goes okay for them. But again, you have to consider the fact that SRG has not lost. You know, I mean, for the most part, they're just continuing on with their undefeated streak. And that's something to take note of, because how are they able to do this? You know, what allows them to do this? And I think also, it's a great point that Gideon pointed out, the roamers, man. We have to pay attention to the roamers for both these teams. And the fact that Yums got his hands on the chip, and we saw what happened yesterday when Liquid Echo brought that to the table in hands of JP. So Yums, if he's able to even replicate that or put his own spin on this chip pick, it could be devastating for Fnatic Onic as they get into these objective fights. But you're already seeing this little tension in the XP lane.
Bit of a battle as Stormy rotates down below as well. Tries to go for the clear for the level 4 advantage, and both of them will be able to get level 4. Looking a bit delayed for that level 4. Keyboy as well. You can see now as Sans stays in the mid lane. Yums crash course over to Sans. You can see the poke damage already towards Sans, but Sans is doing some damage back to Yums. Now penalty zone. Lock and Sky is up. It's going to be Kyrie walking forward against CC to the back line. Still with the door. Rosa able to survive for a bit, but will be taken down. Skies able to survive as Keyboy flickers forward with a bouncing ball. Now with Cram doing the same thing with the Dome Round Wolf King. Pure destruction from Innocent all the way from the gold lane towards the turtle. Lupi still swinging the hammer down to the Stormy. One last hit should do it now with a few more hammer swings. He gets it done. It's 3-1, but the turtle goes to SRG.
Okay. Wait.
2.
No, he's not. He gets pulled into the turret. Okay, he's out.
I'm gonna find it again. Cram trying to go for the sustain. He does get it, but now up top it's gonna be teleport to bring them all up to get CW.
Oh man, already this game, a lot of action happening across the map even. You know, we got to take a look. Lutby able to stay alive through that, especially with the Brave Smite emblem that he rocked with for this game. And, you know, he lacked the entry points that they had for that first turtle. It's just, SRG handled Kyrie so well. The timing with what they could provide with CC really played its part. Taking a look here, items falling into place. No first items locked in just yet. Still the Corrosive Scythe being worked on, of course, for Innocent. Once he does get that, that'll help slow down. But again, a part of this is just looking at the chip, the value that this shortcut brings to the table. Enchanted Talisman will be locked in by Stormy as well. And we heard it during the roundtable. SRG couldn't wait for this matchup against Fnatic Onic. On the top side, a lot of attention here. Some extra gold going to the pockets of Innocent. But ultimately, nothing can be found on the top side, you know, for SRG here. Pace-wise, Mirko, they're setting the pace here.
Just trying to make it as fast as possible. With the chip, that's what they need to do. Especially considering, you know, the alpha. We've seen this a couple of times. I think our friend has a bit of PTSD when it comes to this alpha pick when it goes to the late game. So I think that's the opposite where Fnatic Onic want to play with, right? The mid-game power spike is definitely something that Fnatic Onic have in the bag. But if SRG can continue to pull off these neutral objective takes, it's going to be very, very scary for Fnatic Onic in the early game. Yums again, that base damage on the chip. It's quite ridiculous.
It is, and there's a reason why the chip and the Louise are usually banned out, right? Doesn't change too much. Turtle is for the taking. It's half health. It's going to go for a reset. Cram is not going to find the I'm Offended he was looking for with that ultimate from the Ruby. Keyboy going to jump in? No, he doesn't. And that's already another turtle in the hands of SRG.
It looked like Fnatic Onic really wanted to go for the contest there, but then Kyrie missed his puncture, the second one. He went onto Cram, used the puncture, the second one onto Yums, didn't connect, so they had to pull back. They don't have the recess, they don't have the mobility to actually go for the turtle. I think it was a good call. It would have been a bit too forced, but we do get a look at the items here at the 5th minute of the game. That's a War Axe for Kyrie on the Lancelot.
So a little more, in a way, it's just they're trying to be a little more defensive here. Yums is going to go ahead and spawn him out. Has good damage, though, but that's also a War Axe picked up by Loopy now. That's going to play a big part, especially with the Brave Smite emblem that we saw earlier be utilized. So for Fnatic Onic, when you're really thinking about it, you're just trying to break down this lineup here and where... Oh, hold on.
Counter Revenge and the Rage now it's a unfortunate for their airstrike. He won't be able to pop in the sword, but he does in time. Yo gets down with the flicker as well now. The Spear of Alpha locks Keyboy down. Luffy still able to find a kill with the penalty zone, locking 3 members down. CW goes to re-engage as Keyboy rotates as well, but they will not be able to find more. Nope, Keyboy bouncing ball onto Innocent. Miss Walker used it to flick sounds with the flicker forward, but the pure by Innocent gets out with 1 HP. SRG stay alive. The Spear of Destruction nearly hitting Sans there, but they're able to utilize this Pryel to continue the top siege.
Fnatic Onic wants these kills. They want them early on. They want to be able to snowball. Look at this.
Demand force into the feather airstrike. Now the Spear of Alpha. Keyboy gonna be dismantled. In the front is Humes. Looks for the flank. Doesn't have the shortcut just yet, but will be able to lock CW down for Skies and Stormy to deal enough damage. Look, 1v3. It's a big hammer swing, but Skies, he loves these chunky members. Spear of Alpha into the crash course. Look, surviving with the flicker, getting the Brave Smite proc to as Cram tries to deal with Kyrie in the mid lane, and Kyrie will be able to puncture out of it.
Man, I think SRG just accomplished what they wanted to after, you know, having a couple deaths there. They get some again in response, and now the turtle's up. And if they go ahead and grab all 3 turtles here, Fnatic Onic feel like they have to contest this. They want to. Kyrie goes into the zone.
Again, bottom lane. Keyboy now with the Township Bench and the Rage finding 3 as the turtle is going to be up for grabs. And look at them. They're all going to be locked down. Kind of backlines over the perfect slash again, but Kyrie will be able to get just 1 shutdown. Looking for more. Stormy takes him out. Such a chaotic fight in the bottom lane. Fnatic Onic decide to fight, and they pay the price for it.
They pay the price. We look at the replay here from STC. Again, a good setup from Keyboy. Shortcut comes through. But man, is it chaotic. And for some reason, Kyrie could not pick up those kills. Multiple low HP. You can see how good SRG is feeling about that exchange. Man, it's very difficult. It looks like for Kyrie to go ahead and use this Lancelot pick.
It really is. Every single person has CC. You got the Spear of Misery, you have the Don't Run Wolf King, and on top of that, you have that crazy damage and the CC from the Crash Course.
Yeah.
Everything can stop him, and it's all up to the rest of the team to really look for the sets. Kyrie on a turtle. Keyboy going for the Town's Revenge. Locking Cram up into the Rage as well. Now with the Feather Airstrike, they collapse on Cram, and he will die to that first kill of Lookpee. That's a killing spree picked up by Lookpee. Skies bringing out the retreat battles. Kyrie goes into the puncture, escaping this. A Spear of Alpha onto the back. Now with the Spear of Misery, pinning Keyboy down. Innocent with Spear of Destruction, now chasing CW. With Yums locking him out. Lookpee cannot get the swings. Skies goes in, but DPC will be there. Sans gets a trade. Stormy gets a shutdown. Kyrie in the bottom lane going for the trade. It's a big gold lead to the Giants.
SRG not only gets kills, but they get the turtle as well. What can Fnatic Onic do about this? It just seems like everything they try doesn't work against SRG. They have an answer for everything against Fnatic Onic. And as we look once again, it's just the power of utilizing that shortcut from Humes. Fighting into these small crevices around the map, utilizing Innocent on the Moskov pick. I mean, look at the items already. He's got the Crows with Ice, he got the Golden Staff, working next, possibly for that DHS. And, you know, Humes, he's got a dominant Ice. That's it. He's that tanky already. This is why the chip is talked about so much. There's the DHS locked in now for Innocent. And this makes it much more difficult now to utilize Keyboy here on this Kufa. You might get that setup, but then your health bars are going to be gone in an instant, just like this turret in the tier 2 bottom side.
Innocent is doing so well right now with the farm. The damage dealt is actually on Terizla. It's Lookpee just utilizing that base damage with the War Axe. And then we have 3 SRG members. Lancelot all the way down, and as you can see, Keyboy's been soaking a whole lot of that damage together with Lookpee, but it really hasn't been enough. Skies is the reason for that. He's been able to melt down these frontliners so easily with the built-in true damage of that Alpha, connecting all of his skills. And if you see his build, it's not even like a full damage build. It's a War Axe into defense.
He's like a tanky Alpha, you know, for the most part. His job is Talfa. He just wants to go in, get the Spear of Alpha on, and then, you know, relies on the rest of the team to shine from there. And that might be what solves the problem where we usually see Alpha struggle towards the mid to late game transition. Right now, this Lord is going to be up here. Fnatic Onic, despite still trying to come things together.
Good catch onto Yums now with the Phantom Execution together with CW, but he has used the Saman Force. Cram, Don't Run Wolf King again. Over to Lookpee and Keyboy.
All right, Keyboy jumps in, gonna find the target.
Again, that's gonna be Dime offended, locking him down. Now with the penalty zone as well, it's gonna be Cram locked down and taken now. 2 members taken down by FNOC. They find some stability here around the Lord Pit. Sky still looking for an engage. Innocent jumps over the wrist. Walker and Kyrie gets one of them back with the Phantom Execution. Lookpee falls. That's a trade down. Now Stormy with the flicker forward. It's very, very low. Sky's trying to go for the opening. Spear of Alpha Skies! Again finding the play, but will not be able to get the Lord. It was Sans that secured it for Fnatic Onic.
And despite that, at least for Fnatic Onic, they finally find the hope in this game. Humes is going to drop down the shortcut, and Sans is taken out in an instant. There's nothing you could do about that. But they at least have the objective. They have the Lord marching on the top side. Next for Fnatic Onic is to play into this. What can they grab across the map? They need to get space to work around with. They only have 2 turrets down. And with this Lord, they could possibly start to get some of that movement in their favor, start to get some of the space to work around with. But look at this. Innocent will just hold the Lord here and deal with it for now. The rest of SRG here to help them out. It looks like the Fnatic Onic didn't get much out of this Lord.
No, they really didn't, right? I mean, they couldn't. The fact that SRG forced the team fight on them when they went for the Lord. And, I mean, taking a look at the itemization from Kyrie, it's that utility build, technically.
Yeah.
It's kind of a mix. It's a semi-tank build with War Axe into the Thunder Belt, into the Endless Battle. So he's really going to be relying on those basic attack procs right as he uses the skills, and not so much of an assassin. He can't really one-shot people, but we did see almost a one-shot happen to Innocent, or actually to Yomes earlier, with the Phantom Execution.
I think part of that, again, is you have to be able to go in and out of these fights. Yes, they're still assassins, but if you're gone in an instance, you know, what good are you? Especially when we're talking about the Lord fights later on, because the Lord dances have changed. You know, they're not exactly these long, drawn-out fights anymore. Much more calculated, I'd say, from what we're seeing, and you got to kind of match what Sakai's has. You see him, he just picks up the Athena shield. He's got some now defensive ability to work against the burst that can actually come out from Sans as well. So that's part of the play here. Immortality as well from Cram so far in this Ruby pick has done a lot of work already. Just being a nuisance to deal if you're Fnatic Onic, and also there it is already. They try, this is the thing, Fnatic Onic, like I said, with the Lord they had earlier, they had to get some of these turrets down. You're only seeing the tier 1s top and bottom down. That mid lane turret that stands for SRG is actually paying huge value to their control as they wait for that Lord to go up in 40 seconds here. So for Fnatic Onic, it's just, let's farm what we can, but we have to stay together. Oh!
I'm offended into the Spear of Misery. Kyrie gonna be caught by SRG! The Giants find Kyrie. The timing, it's right for the Lord. 30 seconds and 20 seconds, respectively, for Kyrie and the Lord. We get to see the replay here. Kyrie jumped with the puncture, and he was not aware. He did not know that they were there.
Cram, oh man. Cram knew, and you know, Kyrie obviously gets caught there. And that's tough because, like you said, his timer, his death timer, it's still there. They might actually try to rush this unless Loopy can stall them out enough. Fnatic Onic might do that in time for Kyrie to make it here. But it's already going to be started up. Look how fast it's going down.
And look at Yomes into the backline. He goes with the Crash Course. Now Keyboy trying to go for the Terror's Revenge to Yomes, but he just keeps on juking, distracting the backline as SRG get the Lord. An enhanced Lord now for Selangor Red Giants on the conquest to take Fnatic Onic out of MSC.
They're on their way. Things, again, fall into place here. SRG teams have struggled to find a way to find the weak point of Selangor Red Giants, and so far, even Fnatic Onic is struggling to deal with that, as now they have to deal with a push by the Lord on the bottom side.
Kyrie again into the bottom lane with the puncture now. It's still an enhanced Lord, so he will be able to charge down despite all the damage. Oh, again with I'm offended, finding Sans! T-Boy with a rage, but the Purify gets them out. Now CW going to be caught in the Crash Course as Yomes dives in deep, but the Spear of Destruction doesn't connect. Cram still has the immortality. That's Yomes with his own immortality pop. Loopy trying to go for the defense right now, but the base is quite open. They are able to drag them in waves up top. Cram again with I'm offended, straight into the Spear of Alpha. Fnatic Onic. They're everywhere. Cram with the Robo Wolf King CW trying to use his Avant Force to go over to the fence as Keyboy gets melted down by Stormy. CW picks up double kill, but the waves are all there. Now with the winning waves, it's Kyrie versus the world. The Red Giants drag the Sky Kings out of their throne.
SRG, the undefeated, the untarnished, will dismantle the defending MSC champions, Fnatic Onic. Man, oh man. Team after team cannot find to solve the puzzle of SRG. What is going on here with this team? And I'll tell you what, lots of people around the world right now are just very emotional because there's a whole lot happening with just this game one in this matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fnatic Onic have been knocked out of groups with that game.
Welcome to the group of death, ladies and gentlemen. The panelists have a lot to say about this one, I'm sure. Let's go ahead and throw it over to them to hear what they have to say.
It's the group of death. People will ask you, what's your proof? The proof today is even the previous MSC champions will get taken down. They will not have the opportunity to defend their title.
This is the price of competition. For the longest of times, I've been saying maybe one day Malaysia's gonna have two teams going out of groups. We're gonna make it out, but I didn't expect it to be at the cost of Indonesia. I think the price is too high.
Fnatic Onic being eliminated, the 4P champions, the MSC defending champions, my personal heroes being knocked out of the group stages, not getting into the knockouts at day number 4 of MSC, definitely not in my bingo card.
I mean, I'm guessing not in your bingo card as well is that no Indonesian teams makes it to the knockout stage. EVO's Glory and now Fnatic Onic has been knocked out. And with that, Selangor Giants is the #1 team of Group B, the group of death. And See You Soon is the #2 team of Group B moving forward to the knockout stage. How crazy is that?
It's too wild. It's too wild. Like, out of all the M Series tournaments, MSC has always been having a special place in my heart. But man, with plays like this where both sides desperately struggling to fight for their tournament lives, and more importantly so, FNOC, they tried everything. They threw everything at SRG and it still wasn't enough.
A couple of things that I also want to say is that people were not putting a lot of stock on SRG despite them winning like their undefeated run because it was from a region that's not known to kind of get it out of groups. I mean, I'm not saying bad about the Malaysia, but you kind of understand why people doubt SRG's prowess. But I always kept on telling you
server.
Exactly. But then again, and shoutouts to our NA people who said that Malaysia is an easy server. But what I'm trying to say here is that I've always been even Mirko and I had a bet where we're gonna be doing 500 push-ups or something if SRG doesn't make it to top 4. Guess what, Mirko? No Indonesian team, SRG up top.
I mean, this is wild. This folks at home understand that we've been in the scene for a while. This is unheard of. That we need a moment to like.
That's the thing, right?
We need time to digest.
I am not from Indonesia. I have not always been a fan of Fnatic Onic, but I'm good friends with these people. With Kyrie as well as Coach Sheb. I'm shaking right now. I can't believe it. But at the same time, if Fnatic Onic eventually goes out of the bracket, SRG or See You Soon will be out. I also cannot handle that because See You Soon, they made a big fan out of me. And SRG, I've always been rooting for them ever since the start. So, Group of Death is it's a heartbreaker. It's a heartbreaker.
Honestly, you should be blaming the script writers at this point because they're just putting all of your favorite teams in one group to make this outcome possible.
It's not like last year's MSC when I can blame Mirko as well as this guy for all the group draw. This year I can't blame anyone.
When me and Mirko do the draw, Indonesia survives.
Yeah.
So don't let us do the draw. It's like it makes it interesting because this is set up to be one of the most exciting international event in MLBB history. Not just MSC, not just M Series, all of it. Because it's anyone's guess now. Here's the thing. If Philippines doesn't win this one, like before this, it was Indonesia that wins this one. So I need time to digest.
I saw a flash in his eyes. It's like, what if Philippines doesn't make it as far as I think it is?
Yeah.
And it's like, these got weak for a moment. And I totally get it. But let's pull it back to this game because honestly, I think that Fnatic Onic were really ego challenging hard. Like very, very hard against SRG, trying to play somewhat of a standard draft.
Hold on. While we're having that conversation, we have one topic to talk about, and we're gonna flash it on the screen. And it's a very simple question: will SRG remain undefeated?
Okay.
Imagine going through MSC and not dropping a game. Not dropping a series. Like
I'm gonna ride that train.
You're gonna ride that train?
Yeah, I'm gonna ride the train. Innocent and Cram, as well as Coach Arcadia, and the rest. I mean, Hume's made a big fan of it. I think Stormy is amazing. I understand why he's your boy.
Stormy's my boy.
After that round table, like him a lot, you know, dude. And of course, as Sekais, I think he really have outproven himself, if that is a term. But yeah, he has outproven himself as a valid jungler that you have to talk about, especially when thinking about like assassin junglers. Then he shows up with an alpha. Like, what else can he not use at this point?
You're talking about Skies. Some call him Skies. Either ways, he's our MVP. Sony MVP of the game. Let's check out some of his highlights, man, because talk about him. You're talking about the hero picks. Now he's showing he can use fighters as well.
Yep, there was a hero play that he is eventually going to use. Like, eventually the Lord will be... Lord? Yeah, that was around the Lord fight. But at the same time, look at him just getting out of vision so that he can bait someone in. And that eventually was Keyboy. And how active he was. 6 minutes in, it's already securing some parts of the map. And then, obviously, this is the chip's prowess. There's really nothing you can do about this, especially if Keyboy constantly dies. 2 deaths at 7 minutes on a tank like a Kufra is actually you not getting into the zone where you're a threat. And Keyboy is constantly not a threat in this game because he died so much. He gets the Dominance Ice around 10 minutes, which meant that he's not tanky enough to do his role.
Look at Skies. Look at how... Okay, let me set the story here. Listen to my voice.
Okay.
Kyrie is his idol. He idolizes Kyrie, and now he can say he defeated his idol, man.
Oh, when idols become rivals?
Dude, like the journey this young man has from idolizing someone, meeting him on the international stage, and defeating him, and honestly, being the reason why he's knocked out of knockout stage.
Still can't believe it.
It's crazy. It's a young, new jungler coming into it, playing alpha of all things, which a lot of people count out in the jungle.
At the same time, I would say this is because of the draft as well. I mean, I'm not gonna diminish what the players were able to do. To be fair, they were spectacular in this game.
They overachieved.
But you put Kyrie in a disadvantage where it's almost like a checkmate. Picking up the alpha means that you deny all of the utility junglers. You cannot play Baksha in this case, that's gonna struggle. You definitely not Fredrin, right? Maybe Barrett's, but then there is Moskov as well that can deal, you know, if it gets a DHS, you're quite in a lot of trouble, and it's very awkward to play the Barrett's in against the chip. Yeah, Kyrie was put in a checkmate. I mean, I did predict the Lancelot, but doesn't mean that it's like the best pick at all. I'm just like I just thought that it was an ego pick, like you said, and it was duly punished by Sekai's playstyle on the alpha.
To be fair, me and Wolf were talking during the game, and a lot of the topic just came around like, man, interesting draft because it means that Coach Yaba has, well, bringing the floor higher up and the ceiling even higher because there at least is an opportunity to outplay your opponent despite the disadvantage.
That's right. It's like if you play the utility junglers, you will not essentially lose, but you don't have a chance to win. If you play the Lancelot, you definitely will have you will be stumped, or you will play highlight game where Kyrie just escapes that so many times, you one-shot Innocent and then win the game afterwards.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't know about you gentlemen, but I feel like crying, but I don't know why. Do I cry because I'm proud that the Malaysian teams are doing good? Cry is like, Indonesia is not part of the conversation. Like, this like, I feel like this is gonna take some time.
There are so many things to celebrate.
Do you guys want me to pinch you guys in case you guys are sleeping, or you know?
I've been pinching myself the entire time. I still haven't let go.
There's so many wins that we have to also celebrate here. Despite, you know, Fnatic Onic losing this, man, Malaysia is on top, and I would say right now they're like at least top 2. And then you're thinking about see you soon. The way that they handled Fnatic Onic and technically almost went against SRG, you might even wonder, well, maybe see you soon might have been the top 1, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. It's 1-1, right?
Try to separate all 4 teams into different groups.
Exactly.
Imagine if they're not in the same group.
There is a W here, people, and I think that MLBB is going to be thankful for it. Unfortunately, it has to be Fnatic Onic carrying Coach Eb, having to do the sacrifice and, you know, losing their keys. But at the same time, there are so many wins that we have to celebrate.
Their keys, dude,
it's going to meet the hydraulic press.
Dude, I forgot about that. I never would have thought Fnatic Onic would have their keys crushed in a group stage.
Yeah.
Not this early on as well.
Not as early on.
It's wild. It's a wild time that we're living in right now. And honestly, if there's anything to blame, we blame the patch.
Let's blame the patch.
I
I
love
blame the group draw not being Miracle and LaFell.
Wow, you forgot my name for a while, huh? It's okay. It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's been a long day.
But
Amal.
we're jumping into the second game. Gentlemen, we're jumping into the second game.
I haven't even moved on, man.
Yeah.
I haven't moved on as well, but second game, this is testing ground for both teams because we got to remember, Yum said, Keyboy, let's have an amazing match that we can toss around. So, oh no, now they're showing the key as well. They're showing the key.
It's just pain. It's just pain.
It's
all pain right
exciting, sad,
Oh no, are you kidding?
angry. They're
they
focusing
zoomed
on
in.
the key. Dude, I want to take a picture with that key.
You won't get a chance to. Well, maybe. Well, you might still have a
The
chance.
broken one. The broken one.
Yeah. But you can see that even at least amongst the coaching staff, amongst the players, they're not beating themselves
You know what?
too hard.
When I have a kid, this is the story I'm gonna tell them. Wolf now curses Indonesia.
Is it really? Yeah, you're right. The curse has been transferred.
How is it that Singapore and Malaysia is the one doing well now?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird world that we're living in, but we're already into the draft, and let's see.
2024.
Let's see how it goes.
Wow.
We'll remember the year. It's 2024.
Oh my God.
Jumping into the draft. Fnatic Onic, Selangor
Are
Giants.
you kidding me? Yeah, I did.
This is the final game of the day.
I 100% did.
Right?
Yeah. Even if you look at Evo's Glory, everybody was, apart from us, LaFell,
Yeah.
Evo's Glory were easily the top one of most teams in that bracket.
Definitely.
Yeah. And Fnatic Onic is top one overall, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
What is happening? What is wrong with me? Maybe I should stop being a talent anymore, you know? Is that a way to go?
Hey man,
No,
you can
no.
start coaching Malaysian teams if you want.
Hey. Well, they don't. First of all, they don't need me. Second of all, I think they don't need coaches anymore.
Well,
Coaching's overrated.
Yeah, what drafters overrated. Let's just draft ourselves, you know.
here's the thing. We're in the draft right now. Fnatic Onic, like if I'm Skies, I'll be smiling ear to ear. All my heroes are getting banned. I mean, to be fair, like Roger, you can put it on innocent, but you know, it's like basically three junglers. The
Yeah.
Nolan, the Fanny, the Roger. I mean, again, you're facing against your idol, and even your idol is not
man.
arguing with the coach. Like, yeah, just ban those heroes.
It's worth getting rid of. And now the Harith is the final. Let's see what the first
Louis
pick coming
open?
up. I mean, at this point, I feel like Sans getting the Farsa later down the line. Yes, the artillery is a pretty good idea, but against the chip, it can be a little
Moskov.
tough. But now we're seeing the rest of the heroes start to come in for these players. Maybe they can utilize it better.
Yeah. This also means that okay, it's Moskov.
Yeah, Moscow first pick.
Okay, so yeah, CW wants to pay back, but that means Louis is gonna be the pick here for SRG, right?
Wait, hold on. Is that Gojas playing instead of Cram?
You're right.
Oh wait, it is.
Because
You know what? Let the guy play.
Let the man play.
Let him show up saying, I'm not just a sub, bro. I can do work.
and if there's any team that he can prove himself, right? It's
Yes.
definitely Fnatic Onic. So excited to see this. It's Arlott and Louis.
Oh,
Tale
yes.
us all this time. One of the strongest and most disgusting combos in the world.
At this point, Louis, Arlit, Alpha,
Yeah.
try to move. Fredrin, Baxia.
Oh.
Like, any utility / fighter jungle is gonna work well with this duo.
Yeah, so you go Edith, maybe get your Farson or Novaria, okay? So that's Moscovaria, big combo.
Or Novaskov.
Novaskov, nah.
Novaskov.
Yep,
Moscovia.
Novaria. The thing with Novaria is that it's great versus Louis, so I understand where that comes from. Do you want to go for... You want to take your marksman now, right? If you're SRG.
Most likely. I think, you know, Claude is still available.
Claude is great.
Yeah, at least you
You're
have
great.
the mobility, and you can use the Purify. Anything with Purify at this point is going to be relevant.
I hope that this will be Beatrix as well. Innocent plays that hero so well. I don't remember if it is... Has he played it in MPO Malaysia?
Nope. He hasn't.
Okay.
All he plays is Harith and Roger. in the
Harith and
first
Roger.
season.
Oh, he's played Claude.
JOY!
Joy Jungle.
Now you have to ban Angela if you are Fnatic Onic, I believe.
Although, I don't know. I mean, I don't like Malaysian teams using Angela, dude.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I don't like them using
Yeah,
Angela.
and it will be Yums to force to
Like,
pick it. So
the only reason I would be okay if Yums uses the Angela is if the Angela can use the Way of the Dragon.
The way the Angela.
The Way of the Angela.
Okay.
You go inside someone and then you kick them.
You can choose which direction to get a mega dash.
Or what if he picks up the Petrify on the Angela?
Oh.
Wait. If he goes into someone, he can petrify.
He can actually Petrify, right? Like Angela Joy with Petrify? Hey, that's scary.
These are the talks that coaches have.
Yeah.
What if Angela petrify? Okay, here's the thing.
Look, there it is. They still ban it. They still ban
No,
it.
here's the thing. If that becomes a thing in rank, TM, copyright,
Yeah.
we called it, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. All right. It's the Wolf Angela.
It's the Wolf Angela? That's what you're going to name it?
That's not gonna name it.
I like the
Petrify.
ideas. Personally, I like all of the ideas so far, but even from SRG's side, they're still making sure that this Joy is, well, going to be able to reach that backline. Banning out the Fredrin makes sense to me. The fact that Arlet's already out of the way, that saves you some time.
That's right. So how do you answer that with a jungle pick now? If you are Fnatic Onic, you want a hero that's faster. Typically, the Nolan is it was the traditional answer to the Joy back in M5, you remember. But Fnatic Onic themselves have banned that hero. So without the Hayabusa, without the Roger, without the Ling, maybe Julian is the next best thing for Fnatic Onic that actually farms very fast. Or maybe they're the team that picks up the Hellcurt, right? Maybe carry Hellcurt could work.
Let's remind ourselves, Joy does not have the anti-CC anymore.
That's right.
Joy can be CC'd now.
So you can play the CC in.
That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. Although CC, current call, lock the Joy.
Yeah, could be.
It could work.
I can see it happening. I can definitely see it happening.
I hope that we see an Esmeralda because this is Louis, Joy, and Grok. They go Masha instead. Okay, whatever. And then Hellcurt perhaps for Mr. Kyrie. Oh, Guinevere.
Guinevere.
Oh, no anti-CC. There is CC. I think they're okay. So you're looking for a marksman.
Probably a Claude, right?
Yeah.
A Claude versus the Moskov. Maybe you want to go back to the Beatrix or the Ruby.
My only problem is that the Guinevere can jump on you and you don't have the Purify.
Yeah, that's why I like the Ruby for SRG. This is a way to cancel the Guinevere, Masha's.
What about carry?
Carry
might be difficult here, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of Cs.
Yeah, a lot of,
no, not really Cs. A lot of one-shot heroes like Masha. Yeah, they go back to the Claude. Understandable.
Yep. Again, using a hero that has a Purify.
Yep.
Makes it a little bit more interactive when you're going up against the Guinevere. Thank you very much, Gideon. Thank you very much, Wolf. Casters, I don't know about you guys, but we need to digest. So give us some time, because now it's your time to do your job.
Thank you, gentlemen. We also need some time to digest, man.
Yeah, man, we all need to digest, man. I mean, at this point, even Fnatic Onic have to digest. Nice. So how do they tackle this game, right? They're out.
Man, I don't know, but it looks like, you know, even with the fact that they're not going to be going forward to defend their title into the knockout stage, they still want to go out in style. They still want to possibly go out and get this win here with an interesting draft that they brought to the table. But, you know, what we saw earlier, and with the changes here, even with SRG bringing Gojes in, let's see how they look with this lineup as they get prepped and ready for moving forward. We jump into Land of Dawn one last time for today as we round out Group B. After things have already fallen into place once again, can SRG continue on with a 2-0 here against Fnatic Onic? And as we look at the lineup as well, you know, the fact that Gojes is on this R lot, actually he's already going to be forcing out Keyboy, it looks like, from the jungle. But yeah, interestingly enough, Sakai's also bringing out the Joy jungle.
Yeah, with Impure Rage this time, Sky's on that Joy. We did actually get to see this as well last time, if you remember. Keyboy here. Does seem like Sans, we forced a flicker all the way before the first minute even. So, no flicker, no Inspire, 2 up top CW. Actually, with the Inspire, Innocent is looking to go for the trade down. He does have a few of those passive stacks. CW forced to go for the regen, and in this matchup, he has the Master Assassin. This is like, I mean, usually for CW with the Moskov, with the Inspire, with the Master Assassin, you expect them to win, but Innocent's doing a good job up top.
Again, when I reference the fact that you know, we got to talk to SRG a little bit on the roundtable, this was the match they were looking forward to the most. You know, they had specific players they had in mind going against. So hold on, see, okay, I think they're gonna be fine. So, you know, I was getting ready for that. Electrifying beats there because we saw that before with the Joy. But yeah, going back to it, you know, SRG was looking forward to this matchup, and I feel like even as they approach into this game, you know, they're riding on this huge morale boost, huge momentum. And it makes me wonder what is, again, making it work so well for SRG, because we heard from Stormy that it's all of them. It's not just one player, and I think really, if you guys haven't been watching Selangor Red Giants through their journey up to mid-season invitational here at EWC, now you know, right? The proof is there as they have now gone in and just performed near perfect, near peak in resemblance of what we saw from Team Liquid yesterday. With that, nothing really happening in the early game. Oh, Innocent finally taken down in that 1v1. Turtles up though.
Final slash onto Sans together with the diversion into the back line as Keyboy is still there with the onward. Sans survives, Kyrie wins out the retreat battle and gets out with the spatial migration. Fnatic Onic getting all the dubs in game 2, the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, already off to a good start for them. Again, mid lane, look at this. Keyboy, not level 40 just yet, now gets it online. Same with Yumes. We'll go ahead and get that wild charge now on this Grok pick. And that's something that can be said too. Going back to it once again, the roamers here, man, have really been doing so much for the team. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow, like, maybe all the teams don't get the chip anymore, or they draft for that, because so far from what we've seen from drafting is utilizing the Louis, utilizing the chip if it's open, and taking that. We take a look here at some of this rotation, of course, for Sakai's. To build up on this Joy, I think one of the main things is utilizing it with the fact that you have a huge burst potential in comparison with the Louis Yi. Like, that's enough magic damage in the early game to set you up.
Good Valid Requiem with the spatial migration straight into the Spear of CW. Innocent, no Purify to use to escape from that situation. 2-0 up, Fnatic Onic in game number 2.
Let me ask you this, Mirko. Oh, hold on. Final slash. I don't think you're going to go through all those 2 health bars, but
ask away.
Let me ask this. What if we had a Guinevere in the previous game instead of a Lancelot?
Things would definitely be different, you know? I mean, take a look at Kyrie's damage. You're over the Skies on the Guinevere. Or in the Astrosphere as well, their earlier Sans. Now Skies goes with an electrifying beat. Stormy punishes him with the yin-yang reaction. Skies still revealed by that Astro Echo. Will stay in the bush for a bit longer. Kyrie will be falling there. It's a trade back, so I guess you get your answer. Now with the charge, straight into the Godjas, his final slash, right into the yin-yang reaction. But Keyboy is still able to survive with the Primal Wrath, punishing Godjas for overextending.
You could see on your screen too, Sakai's laughing at that, but Godjas had the right thing in mind. Oh, hold on, CW?
Now with the Inspire as well, trying to go for it. Keyboy jumps in with the Earth Shatter and the Armor, locking Stormy down, but Stormy's able to flick around now with the Yang reaction, getting the shielding down as Keyboy will be forced back. Innocent gunning him down, the Earth Shatter connecting, and one last shot from Innocent. Now it's Kyrie looking for the cleanup. Now as Yums is very low inside of the bush, Kyrie decides to go for Innocent, but he jumps back in onto the Battle Mirror image with the Violet Requiem. He doesn't even need the spatial migration, 2 thunderclaps to take Yums out. Now Skies on the electrifying beat, has another thunderclap reset for Look P, goes into the Skies, flickers out to safety, and Sans is there to provide some backup.
Yep, good fighting once again from both teams here, but SRG also to respond. You know, they fall back, they fall behind just a little bit. We're gonna take a look at the replay brought to us by STC. Great initiations on the top side. Keyboy was there, gets the Earth Shatter. You know, Stormy 1 hit away, but eventually Lutpi also joins the fight, comes in with the Thunderclap. And, you know, I'm actually really interested on what build path we're going to see here because, you know, before, Gojas,
they're having fun.
They're having fun. They should. You know, bringing in Gojas here, of course, for this. And, not going to land that final slash. Might get whittled down here. unless they just disengage. Looks like they're going to go ahead and disengage. But SRG, at the most part, is just trying to keep things from slipping too far in favor of Fnatic Onic.
Slowly but surely, Spear of Misery down below. Innocent doing some damage back on this EW. Damn, that's a lot of damage.
That's it, and which is weird. He's 1 in 3. Right, he's 1 in 3 on the Claude, and we know that
that's
Claude.
why I was surprised.
Yeah, he takes time to build up, man. But look at this, like Innocent is still going to play that style of his in the gold lane, even if he's down. I mean, even looking at the gold difference here, you can see it, right? He is behind what 700 gold or so. Nothing too crazy. Diversion going to be used here. Where do they end up landing?
Wild charge flicker. Yums now straight into the collapse now as Kyrie isn't able to find spatial migration. Keyboy using the primal rat defensively, electrifying beats from Skies. Not enough to take Kyrie down as he is able to survive. So Fnatic Onic, they lose CW. CW.
They just lose him, you know, lose CW. They pick that up. There's the difference between those gold laners once again, but they both pretty much have nearly the same items, nearly identical there. For CW, though, of course, he wants to go ahead and continue to farm up, get that next, either the Golden Staff DHS, that we see what Moscows do, but Innocent's going to go ahead and just take down this Tier 1 turret. They're going to be too late to get to it, and you can see this, Yums providing it that vision with this Grok. Makes me wonder here, Mirko, like, what's more value, the Louis Yi or the chip? What do you think they're equal?
I think they're kind of equal. And both times, spatial migration, Violent Requiem, Gorgeous going to be pinned down to the wall by CW, but look at the diversion again! CW able to get the Abyss Walker, but Innocent just guns him down with the Blazing Duet. Right on time to answer your question. Chipper, Lohi, both are equally strong. Kyrie jumps to the back. Innocent still able to escape for a bit, but will be taken out by Kyrie. And that will be a trade. It's actually a 2-for-1 in the end.
Yeah. Turtle's up, though. So with that, you're going to see Fnatic Onic go ahead and just try to get in this zone, in this area. But Yums is going to spot a lot of this out with this Grok. He's going to get flipped over.
Spatial migration, locking him down into that Violet Requiem. The combo together with the Astral Meteor placed down. That's a kill over to Sans as Skies. Now goes with Electrifying Beast. Not enough damage on the Keyboy or to Kyrie. The Primal Rat gets used up. The final slash on the 2 as Kyrie jumps to the back, but Skies is able to escape. Gorgeous flickers out, gets caught in the spatial migration. The Spear and the Astral Sphere. Everything and the kitchen sink thrown at him. They will be able to secure turtle number 3. Skies tries to go for a little cheeky steal there at CW, who claims it. Kyrie unable to go for that retribution. Skies wants this 1v1. Never mind.
Yeah, never mind. Diversion's going to be used too, but here's the response. Sends in Stormy and Yums to go ahead and cut that area off. As we look at the replay once again, this was just a great setup from Keyboy using the Earth Shatter, set things into motion, and then they go ahead and eventually get this turtle as well. But, you know, something about it, I mean, the lineup that we're seeing here from Fnatic Onic, like I said, I'm really wondering if, even in the last draft, if the Guinevere came into play, how that would have fared. Because the Lancelot really struggled, and we're seeing some of these assassin picks trying to fit into this meta. I think Joy's one of them as well. Like, as we look at Joy, we know she provides a ton of damage. Look, she's got the Starlium Scythe. She's building onto the next item. And it all goes into the relationship between that Joy and the Loyi. Okay. Oh, diversion, bottom side.
Again, wild charge on the CW, Yums! There's something with CW and Yums, man. And now Kyrie goes for the spatial migration. It's a good flicker out by Stormy. Keyboy goes for the onward as well, but the Violet Requiem will be able to lock him down together with Keyboy and the Primal Wrath. It's a trade down as Innocent gets out. Gorgeous goes in for Vengeance with the final slashes, but he's all alone. But if you take a look at the mid lane, Skies just goes for a trade. That's a tier 1.
Great, there's great decisions coming out from SRG where they can get a pick, utilizing the diversion, utilizing the conceal, but I feel like this time around, Fnatic Onic actually having an answer for a lot of that. And part of that's actually the Masha pick. You know, when you have loot beyond this Masha pick, you can go towards that back line, and that's what we're seeing happening here. With Innocent, sometimes he has to be a little more careful, even where he BMIs back to, because of the fact that Loopy could hunt him down. And so with that, you know, nothing too crazy in terms of gold lead for Fnatic Onic, but they are able to fight back once SRG decides to go ahead and try to find a setup. Mid lane looks like to be the focus right now. Both teams still looking to go ahead and start this Lord. It's now spawned, but SRG does have that mid turret still up in the tier 1.
Again, for SRG, it's all about that slow build-up because, again, they have Innocent on the Claude, and for some reason, he was picked off twice, by the way, in the early game. So the fact that he was still able to somewhat stay equal in farm with CW is already very impressive. And on top of that, we got Yums having personal beef with CW for sure, right? He's just been targeting him down again. CW in the back this time, not onto CW. It's Kyrie who gets out, but Sans gets caught all alone into the electrifying beats. The beats of victory for SRG.
You know, I think I just got the answer to my own question earlier. Hold on. Keep away should be okay. Looks like they're just going to get this Lord here. It looks like Fnatic might want to push them off and even fight for it. Getting in the zone, Kyrie there on the backside. Loopy also swinging around here.
Go just again with final stash finds Kyrie, displaces him as the Lord gets taken down by Skies. Now Kyrie getting ran down by the electrifying beats. Lippy has a thunderclap but can only go on Innocent right now as he finds the kill back. Now it's Stormy with a diversion onto Kyrie. The spatial migration together with Violet Requiem will be able to lock him down, but there's not enough damage. Skies gets out, the clone is right there. Yums gets shot down by Sauce. Spear of Destruction not connecting. SRG running away. Gorgeous still able to pace out. Let's take a look at Sans with the snipe, taking Yums out up top. But still, the Lord is still in favor of SRG.
Nowhere safe. Not even when you're trying to hide in the bushes to recall. Good pickup there once again from Fnatic Onic. Just real quick to go back to it. I think Louis is more value, man. The fact that you can place the diversion. Chip, you know, Chip, you have to, you're shown, you're on the map. You know where the shortcut's gonna go. CW goes down. Okay, mid lane, Lord's gonna be worked on too. It's taken out of the picture. They get a flicker out.
This flicker is out. Skies, look at him. Look at how much of a menace he is at the 11th minute of the game.
Just playing music for him.
This is a nerf Joy, by the way.
Yeah, it is, actually.
This is a nerf Joy. Like, I thought this nerf was going to really take her out of the game.
It was the first time we saw the Joy. It was during the wild card, I think.
Exactly.
Right.
And it did really well, too. I think it was Chibi, right?
Yeah, and, you know, I think even if you look at this replay here, this was interesting. Yums, I'm not sure if this is the final shot, but Fnatic Onic knew what they wanted to do with the lineup they had. We're going to get a slow-mo look at it. There's Sans, lines it up. Goja's not even, actually sidesteps
like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'm not going to block that for you.
We've had that. Wait, is this the same clip, or has he just been laughing the same way 3 times?
I feel like that's just him right now.
That's just him?
That's just him.
Synchronized laughing.
Synchronized laughing. Always laughing, but yeah, Fnatic Onic, it's pretty much dead even, man. Look at this. Look at the gold department. You know, for the most part, there's nothing really giving any team a drastic favor other than the fact that, you know, there's way more turrets, at least for SRG, to play around with. They've got 5 down of Fnatic Onics. And so you're going to have to kind of see them play around the diversion. Items also, they've got the Winter's Crown for Stormy available there. The Starlium Scythe, Holy Crystal also locked in now for Sakai's, and that's where you're going to see that damage. Oh, and then the Divine Glaive as well, as I was just going into that. So he picks up Divine Glaive, Divine Version.
Again with a wild charge, now on the Sans again. This time he won't be able to flicker out of it. And Sans gets assassinated by Stormy together with Yums.
Divine Version, that's what I just called it.
Divine Version?
Yeah.
Wild Diversion.
Wild Diversion, both work. And so going back to it, SRG now still going for the pickoffs. Keyboy.
Primal Rat trying to survive. Innocent takes him out away in the purple buff. And with Gorgeous, just with the final slash, he's able to displace him enough for the rest of the team to deal with him. 13-11, but the gold lead is still in favor of SRG.
Yep, just a bit by a couple hundred gold. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, Fnatic Onic, it looks like they should be able to actually contest this and get into the zone, but they don't want to just deal with it, you know, given the fact that they do have pretty good clear. They could find themselves just defending. Diversion going to be used right there on the side of the jungle. No wild charge coming through that one. They're not going to pull the trigger just yet. But like I was saying, the clear speed from Fnatic Onic's lineup should be pretty good. They could actually still extend this game. It is almost that 15-minute mark. Malefic Roar now being picked up by CW. So we'll see once again as this Lord will eventually spawn up and push in. For SRG, though, as they approach the base here, it's really like they have so many tools they can use. Coaches, he's been doing it all game. You know, he might not have landed all of them, but he is trying to use that final slash to swoop in the members of Fnatic Onic to force that fight.
I think Wolf already said it, right? The fact that, you know, this Arlet and Loyi, it's a deadly combination, and it was first picked. Fnatic Onic went for the Moskov, and so far, this Moskov first pick, though it was great in the early game, you know, he was able to get a solo kill on Innocent and then a few more with the help of the team. Not the snowball you would expect. It's actually still Innocent who's ahead of CW, despite the inspired choice, despite the early aggression, and now Innocent has a win in nature.
Yeah, Innocent does a great job, usually in any of his matchups in the gold lane, where he does play aggressive, but most of the time he ends up winning the matchup So even against someone like CW, oh,
Wild diversion again, but this time Yums, okay, a bit too aggressive. You know, if we get a replay again, maybe we get to see Gorgeous's laugh again, right? Spirit Destruction on the Stormy this time with the winner crown there. Kyrie gonna go for the backup as Lippy jumps in on the Gorgeous with the Thunderclap. It's Stormy getting caught. 3 members going a bit too aggressive earlier. Fnatic Onic punished them.
yeah, I don't know. The timing was off on that from SRG. Sending Yums in, and then, you know, that pretty much just negates the Lord that they had to work around with. So they'll go ahead and just kind of be on the defensive themselves this time. And then also gives Fnatic Onic now the chance to push in a little bit as they get this tier 2 in the mid lane down. So what more do they take? Also, that tier 1 bottom side will go. Oh, Kyrie jumps in.
Spatial migration into Violet Requiem. Gorgeous losing immortality. Innocent now with the laser to enter the backline, but CW is going to be melted down. Innocent going back to the battle mirror image, dealing enough damage in the process of that Skies. Now with Electrifying Beach, trying to get them down. Kyrie will jump in with a spatial migration. Yums forced to flicker out. Skies, no immortality. Right as he gets it, Skies is still able to escape. Well played. What an escape as Innocent again baits out the onward, goes back to the BMI. SRG are having fun.
Everyone is everywhere. That last team fight, literally everyone was everywhere, and even for Innocent. I'm surprised. We're going to take a look at the replay here from STC. Okay, this is...
we're going to get the laugh.
We got this one where they tried to go into the base, and they punished using that diversion. But, yeah, even the last fight, man, you know, okay, here we go. We get to see it. That was Sakai's escape.
Laugh.
Innocent comes in. There's no Goja's laugh.
No Goja's
He's not
laugh.
laughing anymore, man.
Hey. Maybe next time we get a Yums laugh, you know?
Yeah, we should. Next time they send him with the diversion.
Maybe they should
Here
just get a LaFell laugh.
We could get that on track, maybe. Lord's up. Diversion used. Yum's going to go ahead and spot a lot of this out, but Fnatic Onic, based on how everything has gone the past couple minutes, they're actually good to fight this. They're still going to keep Sands down there clearing that lane. He's probably going to go ahead, rotate now to this Lord. And it looks like they don't want to pull the trigger on it yet. They don't want to be the ones to actually pull this entirely out because of the fact that the wild charge is still a big threat for them. So SRG taking their time as well. It's funny when you look at it too, because there's one hit on that bottom turret, the base turret for Fnatic Onic. So even if
again
SRG wanted to push it in, diversion going to be used this time to displace themselves on this side of the map behind enemy lines as they wait patiently.
No. Kyrie opens up the bush, spatial migration, connects onto the back line, onto Stormy too. Keyboy now with a conceal. Stormy flickers out to safety, but Lippy might be able to go for the Thunderclap as Winter Crown gets popped in, but he should still fall. It's Lippy with mega kill now as Kyrie jumps in. Innocent very low. Kyrie going for the Retribution. It's 50-50. Skies takes it away, but Gorgeous will be caught, forced to flicker as he gets scratched down by Lippy on the Masha. It's 3-4-0, but SRG do get the Lord.
They got the Lord. They're going to run it down mid anyway, though. Fnatic Onic still pushing in. Guardian's Barrier going to be used to buy a little more time.
Look at Skies.
Oh, Sakai's.
Earth Shatter into the Thunderclap. Lippy picks up the monster kill. You can see just in a few seconds the Lord coming back up, but they might just be going for the end right here. All of them going for the turret. But now they're just going to wait for Yo. Spatial migration timed in together. They can't even go for the end anymore.
There's no minions.
There's no minions. It's still coming down. Stormy, 3 seconds for him to respawn. Innocent as well. They're just going to force it now. But I don't know if they can even do it. Stormy right there, respawning. Diversion. Lippy with Flicker and the Thunderclap. The minions finally coming down. And Fnatic Onic, they go out, but they go out in style. They get a win up against SRG.
And although Fnatic Onic will not move on to the knockout stage at the mid-season invitational to defend their title, they will go out with their heads up and a win here. Again, you can hear the crowd as well. They still have the crowd support for them to watch them battling out through this very competitive group of champions, Group B, the group of death here for the mid-season invitational 2024 at EWC in the Amazon Arena.
Super sad to see the thrill and the agony here for Fnatic Onic and SRG. But for SRG, it's all smiles definitely for the Malaysian fans who've all been hyping this team up, who've all been talking about them.
Yeah.
It almost feels like they're a mythical creature. Everybody's been talking about their scrim results. Everybody's been talking about how strong they are. Some people have said they're playing on an easy server.
Yeah, that's true. We've seen a lot of that. And I guess you got to say, too, you know, for a lot of people, it was, even myself, Mirko, I was the one saying, like, I heard what they accomplished throughout their regional, you know, through the MPL, getting to this point, hearing that they were undefeated, how good they looked, the synergy. But I was like, well, yeah, let's see what happens when they get to the international stage. Look what happened. Look what they've accomplished.
Undefeated, technically, even now, 1-1. That's a draw. That's not a loss.
That's not a loss. Undefeated and untarnished Selangor Red Giants. It's just shocking the entire MLBB esports world here, of course, with a great performance. And that's closing out Group B for us again. It's me, Naisu, and Mirko bringing you the action on the desk here. We're going to go ahead and throw it over on stage with Mara and Dawood Sandstorm. Let's hear what they have to say.
From Selangor, Red Giants here with us. Innocent, congratulations. Big statement. You took down the defending MSC champs. And still, you guys are undefeated. Now, how important was this win for you, seeing how great you guys are doing, especially for your career, coming from the Philippines to Malaysia and now here in the MSC 2024?
Pwede Tagalog na.
Pwedeng Tagalog. You can speak in Tagalog.
Sobrang importante sa akin, hindi lang sa akin, pati na din sa mga kampi ko dahil ito yung magbuboost pa ng confidence namin para sa playoffs. Kasi feeling ko kayang-kaya namin yung finals eh. Kaya namin mako-champion sa MSC eh.
Oh wow, how about for your career?
Sa career ko, feeling ko sobrang importante niya kasi mas nabuboost yung confidence ko and simula nung pag-join ko ng Selangor Giants, sobrang ganda ng nangyari sa akin.
He's saying that he's feeling really confident. It boosts his confidence, not just for him, but also his teammates, because he knows what they can do and they feel that they can move on, not just a podium finish, but they can take the championship. And as for his career, his confidence is all the way up, especially with what's happening with him right now.
Oh, it's got to be sky high after a performance like that. And I do have to say, now you are done with the group of death. Now you are done with Fnatic Onic here at MSC 2024. Is there any other team that you're looking forward to taking down in the knockout stage of the tournament?
Liquid Echo.
Liquid Echo. Bakit? Why Liquid Echo?
Kasi sila yung champion sa MPLPH.
He said Liquid Echo because they're the champions in MPL Philippines and they want to defeat the champions.
I mean, you have to make a statement, and that right there, I love the fact that he's making a challenge and he wants to take on the best team, or one of the best teams here at MSC. And of course, one more question for you. We want to give you this opportunity to say anything to the fans watching you here in Riyadh or supporting you back at home watching this live stream.
Gusto ko lang magpasalamat sa lahat ng fans namin and sa tita ko na pumunta pa. Ayun. And sa family ko sa Pinas, and lalong-lalo na sa girlfriend ko.
Say the shout out to the girlfriend.
Shout out sa girlfriend ko, Cha.
Cha. We want to say thank you to everybody. Shout out to his aunt that's watching here, all the Filipinos that's watching all over the world, and of course, his girlfriend, Cha. Cha, he's winning the championship for you. Congratulations once again. And now we're going to turn it back to the studio to break it down for us. Panel, what you got?